out there to help people work from home and set up better networks, whatever. But that's only a portion of what I do, and I'm just nervous doing that if I don't have to. So.
Sure, yeah. So you do mostly smart home kinds of things?
Yeah, I do security cameras, automation systems, lighting is a big part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and some AV. AV is the, TV, stereo, theater. That's the traditional part. I came in more from the computer
Sure.
automation side.
Yeah. We have another guest here, Cindy. Uh, Cindy, I'm trying to unmute you so you can say hello. There we go. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
Doing well. Y'all are welcome to turn your video on so we can see your smiling faces, but if you don't want to, that's okay too.
I would. I'm not hiding, but I'm hiding in my home office, and this Mac's webcam doesn't work for video.
I understand. I've changed my background multiple times. I also can make it look like I'm coming from our center in Sunnyvale. So, how are you doing, Cindy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm, we're all hanging in there, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Cindy, are you a member at one of our centers?
I am, the Los Gatos location.
Los Gatos, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. Hi, Adam. He's muted. I'm going to unmute you so you can say hello, Adam. Hello.
My mic is not working, I don't think. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're a little like you're in a jar, but that's about all we can expect. Hi, Pat.
Okay.
I'll check and make sure Barbara is. Barbara should be joining us shortly. Pat is joining us from overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge. That's lovely. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jim and Nicole. We're coming in from all over. Y'all are welcome to unmute yourself to just say hello until we get started.
Can you hear me now?
I can, Sandy. You got a little bit of a buzz. I don't know what it is.
Right, I'm on the wrong computer. I'll mute myself.
I'll probably mute everybody when Barbara starts talking, and we'll do a. You can submit questions, and you can raise your hand. Have we all become really experts at Zoom now?
Not quite.
Let's see. Meeting link didn't come through to my calendar. All right. We have to invite our host. Here we go.
Dan, will this session be recorded?
It will. In fact, it's already being recorded. So.
Oh, great.
Let's see. Paste.
And are you able to share this after the meeting?
Yes. And in fact, Barbara has been working hard on a PowerPoint that we'll share as well. So.
Great.
And we're really hoping that y'all will all feel like you can contribute as well. So anything that you've learned, there she is. And she's muted. I'm going to unmute her. There we are. She's getting set up. Yes, so this will be posted. We'll actually have a blog post, and the PowerPoint that she's doing, the slides that she's doing will be there as well. So we'll give us just a few more minutes, see if we have any other takers. Hi, Barbara.
Hey, hi.
Can we hear you? Yes.
You can. Victor, hi. And Sandy, and all of you. It's nice to see you.
We're just chatting a little bit. I thought we would give just a few more minutes.
Yeah.
We have some folks that are members, and we have some folks that are DeskWorks folks, and we have some folks that have been in for day passes and things like that. This is an everybody welcome session. So
absolutely. So I see friends from local friends there. So hi to all of you. And hey, Jim Coffis, how is all of this affecting you? I'm going to unmute you and put you on the spot. No, I can't do that. I think you have to unmute yourself because I'm not the host.
I'm trying to unmute him and it's not. You know what? I'm going to unmute everybody for just a minute.
Yeah, until people,
Yeah.
we'll give everybody a minute or two.
Right.
Hi, Barbara. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah. How are you holding up and how are your kids and all?
Everything's great here, you know, given this situation. The kids are with us, and they've done a couple of live concerts from the living room, which has been fun.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So let's be sure that's not going to happen again. Let's turn it off. And um, Darren, why don't we get started, you know?
Okay, we
And then we
can.
can always loop other people in as they come in, and if we repeat a little bit.
Let me do a little bit of housekeeping first. I'm sorry. Just to let you know, I am going to mute everybody during this. If you're all familiar with the chat button that's down at the bottom, you can type questions or comments throughout the chat, and that's something that we will copy and have as part of what we post after the event. This full recording will be posted along with Barbara's slides. And then if when she opens it up for questions, you can raise your hand. So if you click one of the little buttons on the top of your square, there's something that says raise your hand. I'll try to notice those and call on you. If not, just unmute yourself and holler out. But with that, I think, any questions about how to use the chat, how to raise your hand, anything like that? Welcome. We're also glad to see you. And take it away, Barbara.
Okay. So yes, I want to echo what Darren just said. Yes, we're really happy to see you. And while we're all off in our homes and isolating and all the rest of it, it's important for us to keep ways that we can get together. And so we will be hosting these regular lunch and learns. If any of you would like to present, I'm just kicking off the first one. But as our members, we know you all have areas of expertise, and you're just get in touch with Darren or let us know. Okay. So one of the things that what I wanted to speak to you about today, while you're having your lunch, and please feel free to have your lunch, is there are a number of programs, and I found them to be amazingly easy to access. So I wanted to present a little bit of that to you today. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and we'll see how well this works, because there's links in the presentation here, and we are happy to send it to you, any of you that ask for it. Darren and I will also work on a way to post these in your, you can go in through the DeskWorks app for those of you who are on the satellite and access them. That'll be real easy for us to do for you. So let's go ahead and start. And I'm going to share this screen because I found a cool way to keep presenter notes. Yes, you guys can see that. Let's actually, now we have a little too much stuff that happened just at the end. Okay, so let's share this and play it. Okay, so mostly what we're going to be talking about today is really, don't freak out. There are ways to survive this, and they're looking pretty good. Some of you may have already looked at the various programs you can apply for, but I wanted to just start us off with this. First off, it is important. You can thrive. This is not just survival. You can keep everything going, okay? We're going to talk about the CARES program, which as of Friday, you'll be able to apply for. And we'll look at that one as it's a payment, it's a payroll maintenance kind of program. We're going to look at the expanded unemployment insurance. There are emergency $10,000 advances that they're saying they're going to get to you into your bank account within 3 days. I will let you know when I hit 3 days. there is, as you probably are aware, the late filing of tax returns, and then the SBA disaster loan program. So these are the ones we're going to go over right now. The first thing is this Paycheck Protection Program, okay? You are going to be able to apply for this as of Friday, right at your local SBA approved bank. You may have already been in touch with this. It may be your bank, okay? Here in Santa Cruz County, I got a call from the Santa Cruz Community Credit Union just asking if they could help. And I also got a call from my bank in Santa Clara County that was saying the same thing. How could they help? So if you didn't get one of those calls, be sure you get in touch with your bank. The Paycheck Protection Program, this link, which we're going to go to in a minute, will take you right there. And this will be, if you ask for this PowerPoint, you'll have all these links right available to you. Okay. This program, the loans are going to be forgiven if you keep your employees on your payroll or rehire them afterwards, okay? And we'll look at what that loan forgiveness is in a minute. This also includes, so many of you are sole proprietors or contractors or you're self-employed. That is fine. This applies to you too, okay? And what the amount is, it's 2.5 times your average monthly payroll. Now, if you're self-employed, that means your self-employed income. If you're a contractor, that means your contract income. If you're a gig worker, same thing. You calculate it based on the first 100,000 a year of your income, okay? And we're gonna look at this application in a second. What's going to be forgiven on this program is anything you spend on payroll, right after the loan origination, anything you spend for the 8 weeks afterwards for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, or utilities, okay? So you're gonna calculate it based on that 2.5 times your average monthly payroll. The form is really simple. It's this, I mean, literally, you guys, this is it, okay? It's filling out your name, applicant ownership, answering a few questions that are just like, you know, are you presently suspended, debarred, or proposed for debarment? You know, this kind of things. And then you're just going to certify a few minor things, sign it, and upload it. That's it. Okay. So these are, I am really impressed with the with how simple they have made this. The full description of the program is right here, and you can click right in to see it any further on this, okay? This is basically what, I didn't mention the 10 million because I didn't think anybody here would really be in that range, okay? So that's the first program. If Darren, did you want to take questions at the end of each program, or would you like to wait till the end? Or you guys, if you want to raise your hand or anything, just are you comfortable waiting till the end?
It's entirely up to you, Barbara, if you want to take some questions.
I'd actually like to. Does anybody just unmute yourself or raise your hand and Darren will call on you? Any question on the CARES program for right now? And we'll take more questions at the end, but I don't want you sitting with burning questions.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
If you're self-employed, but you don't run a payroll, but you pay yourself with a draw periodically, is that eligible?
Yes, because you'd be looking at your income. However you draw it, it's your income, okay? They're going to be looking at your tax return. Now,
Barbara, I have a question too.
Yeah, go, Victor.
So I've dove pretty deep already into this application for this paycheck protection, and I'm seeing conflicting information about whether or not payroll taxes are supposed to be included in your average monthly payroll calculation.
Do you know, I noticed that too. The latest that I saw, it looked like they had an error with what I looked at originally. It looked like they had a not in front of something when they didn't need it. So go ahead and apply for it, and I would include your, it's everything you're paying on payroll. So, and if you get denied on that part, fine. So they'll deny that part. But I would definitely apply for all your payroll costs.
Including the taxes. Okay, that's kind of where I was leaning
I
too.
figured you were.
Yeah.
You and I usually are on the same page on those things.
Right.
So,
Okay.
anybody have anything else?
Barbara, Karen Carlson has a question. She's
Yeah.
asking, how far back are they looking at for tax returns?
Ah, great. So now what they're looking at is the last year, and they're counting that year. And I'm sorry I didn't put that in here. I guess I should have. Back to January 31st. They're assuming this started February 1st. So they're going to ask you to look back from January 31, February 1, 2019 to January 31st, 2020 is what I have seen. Now, if you don't have that period of time, they will only look at January and February of this year as well. So they're just looking to try to get what is this 2.5 times your average. They're just trying to find your average monthly payroll. Okay. So if you only have 2 months, that's fine too. Okay.
Hi, Barbara.
Great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you say forgiven, that means doesn't have to be paid back at all?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what that much they're going to forgive, that 8 weeks,
And
whatever you spend.
Is this state money or federal money? Or a
This
combination?
is federal money. This is SBA, Small Business Administration, which is a federal program, and this is federal money. Okay. Anything else on the, yeah, Victor, unmute yourself.
Okay. This is huge, and this has come up.
Yes.
So part of this program says that that applicants can apply it toward rent,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Well, for our members,
Yes.
do we count as their rent? Can we advise them? And does that apply just if they have a dedicated office, or if they have a membership? Are we their rent?
That is a really good question, and I have been thinking about that one as well. I know most of us normally talk about memberships rather than rent. For our purposes for this, I would at least kind of describe this as rent, okay? So that it falls into there. If it gets queried, it's going to get queried, but I would start with, it is your space cost.
Yeah, I'm going to put something together to send to my members, and I'm just going to say, we may qualify as rent.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Consult your tax advisor or whatever.
Yeah, Victor, you and I might strategize a little more on that, on how we could describe it or give people a form, or,
Yeah.
at least try to help them do that. Okay. So hang on. However, if their income is covered, they're paying this out of their income anyway. So, okay. You guys, I have just put in a few slides following this that is information that Darren found last night. And thank you, Darren, very, very much. Just so you have everything in one place. And it's from who's it from? U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And it's pretty much more details on what I have pulled out the most relevant pieces for us. And really, what you needed was on that one slide. And this is just an expansion of that. If you, like me, you like reading more. Okay. And that's, what are the lenders looking for? Are you eligible? But for most of you fall under what I have just said. Okay. And how you calculate it. And you'll see here for sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed individuals, the sum of payments of any compensation or income to a sole proprietor or independent contractor that is a wage, commission, income, net earnings, or similar. So it's pretty broad just to say, hey, you guys, this is covered. Okay. And this is the description of how they're forgiving these loans. And that's pretty much what I just told you. So the next one that I wanted to mention to you is this loan advance. And I cannot stress this enough. Apply today. It's $10,000. It will not have to be repaid. Okay. The loan is going to be made into your, 3 days after a successful application, it'll be deposited into your bank account, is what they're saying. Okay. So we'll see if they do that.
And this has no impact on the PPP loan?
They're saying it does not have to be repaid. That's what it's saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I can only repeat that. I did do this application last night. I don't think it took me 5 minutes to do. Now that's because I'd done the bigger one before that. So it was, I had all the information right there. But here again, within this, we've got the link for you. And it's a streamlined process. You're just, it actually was 2 pages, might have been 3 pages for the signature, but it was an extremely simple. I think I've got that up here. Do I? Yeah. Oh, no, I already showed you this, didn't I? The Paycheck Protection Program. Let's delete that since we've already looked at it. I actually did fill this out so I could show it to you, but I don't think it stayed online. Let's see if no, it didn't stay up here. Okay, so this is basically what you're doing. You're confirming that you're a small business. You're checking that you haven't participated in illegal activity, that you're not an agricultural enterprise, that you don't derive more than 1/3 of your income from legal gambling activities. And then it's just extremely simple to apply for it. Yeah. Okay. Any questions on that loan advance program? Okay, just do it. Okay. The next one is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. I filled this out about 10 days ago, and I thought it was pretty simple at that point. They have made it even simpler. That one that I just showed you, and maybe if we have time, we can even go through a dummy one. It's the same form. So you just say, yeah, you want to apply for this. For those of us who are doing something like are running a co-working space, this one is actually better for you because you're not based, you have such high costs for rents and all of those things that we're covering. So 2.5 times labor does not come close to covering our costs. So those of you who have higher fixed costs, this is a better one for you. The disaster loan program, it covers up to $2 million. When I did a webinar about a week and a half ago on this, they were recommending that we apply for 6 months, that we assume 6 months of having low income, of a shortfall that we would have to make up. This particular loan is 3.75% interest, but it's repayable over 30 years. So it's not a real big burden or anything. Repayments start in 5 months, and it may be extended to 12 months before repayments start. This also may be forgivable. This is not clear yet, and the criteria related to it, they're basically around maintaining payroll or rehiring. When you apply for this program, there's going to be someone who will call you and work with you on it. But the actual form, I just took my P&L. You just have to upload your P&L, your balance sheet. As of right now, this new short form, you don't even have to do that. Okay. So it's that same form, and there's the link for it. Any questions on this one, or anybody think they'll be applying for this one? Okay. If you're a little bigger enterprise, and you're trying to do something more than just based on payroll, this one you're going to apply directly to the SBA for. This is not one that you apply to your bank for. Okay.
Barbara, this is all fascinating to me because I have a number of clients who are in the 10 to $25 million range in their
Oh,
businesses.
great. Okay.
I work with clients that higher threshold would be applicable. Thank you.
Yeah. Monique, just go ahead and check out we can send this to you, but click on there. Okay. I'll tell you what, before I send this over, so if any of you, I'll send it in a PDF format, and I'll put the links on the bottom too, in case those don't come through as PDFs in a PDF format very well. The next thing is unemployment insurance. Okay. You may prefer to use this if you're instead of that payroll protection program. So if you're in California, again, we're saying file today, and we're giving you the link. Okay. The 1 week unpaid waiting period that's typical for unemployment insurance, that is being waived. You will not have to wait 1 week to get money. The other piece of this is that there is the federal government is adding an additional $600 a week. So that's $2,400 a month plus, what's the third, plus 200. So I guess it's $2,600 a month added on to whatever you actually qualify for. So this is a huge benefit. Okay. This now applies to self-employed people, independent contractors, and gig workers. Now, I want to qualify that. In California, what I'm seeing is you have to have contributed to UI elective coverage, unemployment insurance elective coverage, okay, or had a past employer contribute for you sometime within the past 5 to 18 months. Okay. But a lot of people are going to qualify in that. What I would suggest is apply anyway. This is a big benefit. If it's not going to take a huge amount of your time, if you don't qualify because perhaps you didn't contribute to the UI elective coverage or fit into this category. Okay. Also, you do not have to be completely unemployed to get this. There are partial payments if your hours are reduced, and they do not count the first 25% of the wages that you earn. Okay. Those will not reduce your benefits. So questions on that piece? Yeah, Monique.
Can an employer file that first thing that you talked about, and their employees also file for unemployment insurance if there's been a reduction in salary?
Yes. We had all our employees apply for this, and I have applied for the other. Okay. I mean, you guys, you've all probably seen those graphs of unemployment counts that went along for years and years. Even at the worst time we have ever seen, there were 680,000 people who filed for unemployment insurance in a week. We have just seen 3.3 million or 3.4, and there's estimates that by the end of this week, we're going to see an additional new claims of over 4 million. So yeah, basically our economy has come to a halt, and we've all got to help each other to keep it going. Okay. That is basically what I wanted to present to you guys. I realized, when I got down to it, it's straightforward, and we should actually be kind of proud of our government. I mean, I am super impressed with it, and I've been looking at government programs for many, many years, and I'm real impressed with how simple and straightforward they've made this. Okay, so let's now throw it open back to you guys for anything you want to talk about related to this. And I will stop the share for now, so we can. I will stop the share for now. Let's see, so we can see each other, but we can always open that back up too if you need anything. So, Greg, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. So, questions, comments, guys. This is a time for us just to hang out together with anything we want to talk about on it. We answered everything that we wanted to answer during this. Darren, how about you? Anything? How's everybody holding up there?
Well, I'm in Texas and things are a little strange, but we'll set that aside. But one of the things I wanted to ask is just to kind of crowdsource a little bit here. Have any of you heard of any private grants or foundational grants that you might have heard of that you could share with the rest of us? I've heard of one coming from Bumble here in Dallas. Mark Cuban's done some things. I was just curious if y'all have heard anything out there that you might want to share.
No.
Nothing,
Okay.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you do hear of things, please send them our way, and we will, what we're going to post here can be a living document that we can add to as things come up that you think might be of use to other folks that are in the same, that are situated similarly to you and to our other.
Cool.
Did I hear a question?
I think Nell has something to say.
Yeah. Nell, did you have? Okay, it might have just been noise in the background. There's Karen. Hi.
Hi.
Showed
Well, I
up
had
in
to
the
put on
picture.
I had to put on some makeup because I can't. I mean, my daughter saw me and screamed and ran away, and so I thought, okay, I gotta do something about it. So there we are. Now she's yelling in the background. That's a hard thing about being a business owner, because now I'm stuck at home because I have a daughter, and so it's, you know, been chaos personified, I guess. But I'm glad you held this meeting because it clears up a lot of questions that I've had about how difficult it would be to apply. So we had catastrophic losses last year, and so I wasn't sure how far back they were going to look, because the year before it was, you know, gangbusters, and now we were getting back to being where we were. We were named one of the top 25 female-owned small businesses in America, and then all of a sudden, like, everything went and dried right up. So just trying to figure out, the different nuances, but it's great to know. So for unemployment insurance, and then the other one, I'm wondering, would that be considered double dipping?
So depending on what you're, double dipping to me is a concern. Okay, so if you are a small business owner and you are applying for unemployment insurance for yourself, I'd look at what you have to be able to answer that question. Okay, if you're applying for your business on one hand, but you're an employee of the business, you have to think about how you're double dipping. And you can also have that discussion because you're going to be talking to a live person on the application. I'm not giving you a good answer on that because
that's okay.
It's going to have to be individual. And I'd like everybody to look at what Karen has done, because she, just like Darren, is able to use the Zoom background.
Yes. Well, if you'd like me to, I can make all sorts of things. Let's see here. If you want me to hold something on how to, like, try and look better on that, let me know.
There's Darren is now just moved to Sunnyvale, to our center in Sunnyvale.
Yeah,
if you need I can't do it with mine, so you're having to see my office at home.
Well, you'll go choose virtual background. Here we go. Now I'm in San Francisco. Now I'm in outer space.
Right. So Karen, it sounded like you had one other question on that.
Oh, no, I was just thinking, you know, I could have the people, because I do the same thing as one of the other speakers discussed, which is that I do a draw for myself and then I pay 1099s depending on, you know, how much
To
work we
other
have.
people, to other people, or just for yourself? Are you paying just yourself?
Oh, so I pay myself and then I do 1099s for other people we contract with. And that's how we're able to do a lot of stuff with a low overhead because, you know, there are so many gig workers in LA
Right.
and elsewhere. So one of my office, we had opened an office in Boston a year or two ago. And then now I don't know what to tell her. So I don't know if she should be the main, you know, head honcho there, if she should be filing for unemployment, or if I should just apply for the loan and pay her that way as I normally would.
So there you go. And it's either way. My thought is that for your, how we looked at it, our employees are, they're going to be better off with that additional $600 a week. So we want them to apply. So what I've, you know, I'm filing based on history, okay, but I'm looking at it as a loan. The only bit that's going to be forgiven is what I pay over the next 8 weeks or something, at least that payment, the payroll protection one. So you shouldn't be double dipping with that.
Got
Okay.
it.
Okay, because I'm only going to get what I'm actually paying out. They are not going to get unemployment insurance for what I'm paying out to them.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there shouldn't be any double dipping. Monique, yeah. Oh, were you scratching
So I
your
have a
head?
question. No, I was raising my hand.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. I can't
Oh.
tell you how this has just lowered my anxiety level and calmed my nerves. So really a wonderful gift to us all, Barbara. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, this is such a it's fun. It's great. So I have a client who's in the restaurant business in Santa Cruz, and he checked his business insurance and the business interruption insurance. And so my question has to do around anybody else's experience with themselves or their clients being told, well, right here it says we don't cover viruses. So the insurance has that been changing for anybody? Has anybody else run across that virus exclusion from the business interruption coverage on business insurance?
Everything I have seen is exactly what you said, that it is not going to be covered through insurance. But maybe, does anybody have any other experience? No. Okay. Sandy, you had a question too, and I saw it flash on the screen, but do you want to talk about it, or do you just want to?
Her question was, how do we find our local SBA bank?
Oh, okay. Go to your bank first, okay? Ask them, because they know you, if they are an SBA approved lender. If they're not, they're going to direct you to the one who is in the area, okay? So yeah, you're down in the Santa Monica area, so yeah, I wouldn't know who it is there, okay? Up here in Northern California, I do know Heritage Bank in San Jose is a good SBA lender, and of course in Santa Cruz, the credit union, I believe now has better people there and will be able to move a little faster than they normally do. Okay, Sydney, thank you for saying thank you.
Santa Cruz County Bank is also an SBA lender. Santa
Yeah.
Cruz County Bank.
Oh, County Bank? Oh, good. Thanks, Monique. Okay.
Yeah, Santa Cruz County Bank.
Okay. And Justin Acton. Thank you, Barbara. And oh, great. Thank you very much, Justin. And I think he split. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they want to bring up, or for all of us? Okay. Well, you guys, there's a couple things that we're doing now as well. There's a few of you who are space providers here who are have co-working spaces. We're going to keep going with a Thursday coffee break at around 10 o'clock California time. I am we're only making the room available. I do not expect to be on the spot for this. It's just for everybody to connect up and for anything that's affecting them, just for space operators. For the rest of you, for people who are members of co-working spaces or just in the community, we're going to be doing the regular lunch and learns, and I'd like to start having the satellites have coffee breaks as well that will, or even virtual happy hours. So Darren, do you have anything you want to say on that?
Just we'll open them up, and we really invite you to, share what you learn as we're kind of all going through this together. I think the more kinds of experiences that we can share with one another are really helpful, and be thinking of, that wasn't information that I necessarily needed, but I know somebody who does, and roll that along, invite them to come in, because we're all just kind of figuring this out right now. So we really appreciate your contributions.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. Go finish your lunch, and we hope to see you all on the other side of this soon. Bye.
And look for the post coming up with all the links.
Yeah.
Thank you
Nicole.
so much. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're
Bye.
welcome.